Good afternoon, everyone. This is RAND, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Sunday, June 8, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. We'll make sure you're in a comfortable position, no outside distractions, relaxed into your body, still as a statue, focused on your breath, rising and falling. We're always looking for something. We want to find the right teacher, but I say that you are the right teacher. The right teacher is where and what you are. Being, place, or thing is not the right teacher. Robert Adams. Gather all the courage and take a jump. Even the dewdrop slipping from a lotus leaf trembles for a moment, tries to hang on a little more because he can see the ocean. And once he has fallen from the lotus leaf, he is gone. Yes, in a way, we all will not be, just as a dewdrop dissolves into the ocean. You will be gone, but it is not a loss. You will be oceanic, and all other oceans are limited. The ocean of existence is unlimited ocean. And let go of the idea that you are not aware of yourself as the ever-present, changeless, inexpressible reality. Now, one might interpret this as that we are the ones responsible for creating the illusory experience that we are disconnected. Everything is needed and perfect in our world. Even the wonderful illusion of separation is needed so as later we can create an experience of unification. When we accept our deepest illusions, hardest feelings, and most challenging pools of separation consciousness that we are swimming in, we can one day relax and float downstream, merging back into the great ocean. We are always connected with one omnipresent self. We are this single God source that is weaving its ways through everything and everyone. It's just that the mind gets in the way and wants something. It wants to be special, loved, appreciated, accepted by this world. Most people do not believe this is in their heart, and thus unknowingly cling to the known, trying to heal, liberate, or enlighten themselves through the holding to certain thoughts and ways of thinking about this life. When the mind becomes narrowed down any one path for too long, it becomes fixated and tight, like a closed book, cannot receive the new insights and abundance it could grow into. Most enlightening truth we can handle is the one that greatly increases our power, wisdom, inner peace, and manifesting ability. As we evolve closer to the exotic universal truth of who and what we really are, the universe bestows greater gifts, more beautiful manifestations for us to accept and enjoy. The tricky part is that many of us tend to hold tight onto ideas of the past and future. What we think we know feels comforting, especially when we met with the great ocean of unknowns. The most enlightened and highest experience we humans can tap into is one that cannot be captured by the mind. Yet, it reveals itself naturally and spontaneously when the mind is truly at rest and ease. Like the feeling we might get from a spontaneous breeze on a hot summer day. We soften our hearts, quiet our minds, become deeply receptive. We can relax into it and deeply enjoy it. The head alone is not enough. It is too small of a container to take in the outrageous experience of enlightenment. The greatest experiences can only be absorbed with an open heart and soul. And when the mind is quite quiet, something inside is instantly aligns with this infinite spiritual essence that is inside everything and everyone. When we devote our life to quieting the mind and opening our heart to the divine source, we can feel and see and know our real self. And what is our real self? It's that part of you who feels deeply, intimately connected with everyone and everything. It is so vast that it also has room for the experience that we are small, powerless, separated beings stuck in some pools of individuated consciousness. Yet it is so much more. The real self is omnipresent, vast as the endless oceans, extremely bright, beautiful, and so powerful that it instantly consumes all the other versions we make up of what reality is. A small warning to the beginner on the spiritual path. It can be quite challenging to just choose to step out of your old self and into this experience of being one with the ocean, because everyone around you won't agree or understand or comprehend what you're going through. We have learned to lean on society for an understanding, comprehension of who and what we are. Collectively, we humans have spent the past 2,000 plus years attempting to reconnect with this oneness through religion, because we have completely forgotten that we are already permanently connected to the God source. We have spiritual amnesia caused by a societal mind that was buried under the illusion that we are like swine when in truth we are divine. Seeing through this great misunderstanding, we can be liberated from our collective consciousness. We can be free from all suffering, just like how the great masters have done through the ages. This collective awakening is part of the greater plan for our planet's spiritual evolution. As long as this belief in separation is the main way our society operates, we must each rebel against the norm if we are ever to find spiritual freedom. The belief system that we are not one being is the main reason why there is still war, poverty, and environmental destruction on this planet. There still remains a belief that we are disconnected. This belief is always being projected, emanating from everybody's mind around you. What everyone believes you are most likely becomes what you believe is true as well. It's safe to say that every single being you have met in this life has been overly identified with this idea of a separate self, ego, and most likely will fight for upholding the belief in our separation until the very end. It takes a very clear mind, a courageous heart, and a determined soul to break free from the matrix of illusions and society is casting over our eyes. Observe the mind when thoughts come. Ask, to whom do these thoughts come to? Always watch, witness, and observe. Do not get caught in thought. Just surrender. Robert Adams. To be free from societal programming, we must choose first to be free from our ego. For our ego to even exist at all, it must hold firm onto some belief in its separate nature. If it doesn't do this, it will feel very lost, confused, and afraid, and eventually give up. The ego must believe that it is a separate somebody rather than an omnipresent nobody. It's been trained to believe it is a drop of water and not the entire ocean as well. This individuated approach to this life has a great payoff of creating a feeling of power, control, and direction in life. And without ego, we might believe that all our outcomes and manifestations show up because we are the universe. And the universe is making everything happen. And without the ego, we would only have a feeling of love, abundance, true empowerment, and real inner peace in life. The greatest truth that can be found is going to be the one that liberates us from this limited, contracted mind ego. Truth that frees our spirit is the one that brings forth the deepest feeling of joy into the lives of everyone around us. This truth is found from intimately knowing our real self, our permanent, unbounded, infinite spiritual nature. Only from exploring what it feels like to be at one with the ocean of life can we be free. This exploration is what leads us to find full self-realization and true liberation in the end. I'd like you to do a radical experiment with your life right now. I invite you to relax into the idea and feeling that you are separate from the universe right now. Rest deeply into the feeling that you are not at the core of the God source right now. Start with becoming very curious about this idea. Feel into it and what it actually means until you make friends with it. The goal would be to let yourself completely melt into the feeling of separation and have zero resistance to it. With a little practice, you might discover what it's like to be connected within your experience of separation. The most healing, loving, magical, empowering source in this universe is in everything. So it's also in this experience of separation. The more you can relax into it, the more you open your heart and quiet your mind to find that the experience of deep separation dissolves itself naturally on its own accord. Within the core of separation, we will discover the most profound, powerful, unstoppable, and intimate direct connection to this pure channel of intelligent, conscious energy that breathes our very core. To just dive into the deepest root of all your problems, faults, self-criticisms, and personal issues. These are where you feel the most separate and disturbed. Do not wait until it's the right time to do it. Just relax into them every day, whenever and wherever you are. Relax into them every day. Make it the number one priority of your life to find this loving divine connection that is already here. Trust that it is already here, even if you cannot find it right away. Act as if you are being held like a newborn baby in the most loving, caring mother's arms by simply resting into this feeling of separation. And you will make amazing progress on your spiritual path in a matter of minutes. You are the Supreme Being. And yet, thinking yourself to be separate from it, you strive to become united with it. What is stranger than this from Anna Maharishi? When one begins their spiritual path, there is this feeling that who we are is more unreal than real. What is meant by this is that it can be shocking to discover that what we thought we were our entire lives is not real. We truly have no clue as to who and what we really are. We are that which is beyond what the mind can comprehend. We are like the infinite edge of the most massive movie screen you can imagine, which has no end to the colorful creative possibilities it could contain. Our freedom comes from knowing our undefinable nature. When we realize that we are more like a blank, multi-dimensional creative canvas and not all the scenes and stories from the grand film, something inside of us feels very fast or vast and free. So you sit back, take a good look at your life. Take one evening to investigate all the wonderful, horrific, typical, unusual, and peak states from your life. Notice if they sum up everything about who and what you are. Is there anything more than this? Ask yourself, what is my real self? Who am I without all these experiences? Do I still exist without these memories? And if so, what exactly is that? Our real self is beyond the greatest mystery anyone could explore. We are much more amazing and magical than this separated mind ego. We are bigger than all the life experiences that are projected onto us and into us. We are also much more than the pure witness, awareness, and consciousness. We are the totality of it all. We are that which life gets to play, dance, and sing all of itself through. The separate, limited, suffering self is a comfortable habit, one that can be dropped by simply knowing how to stop identifying with it. You are neither the consciousness nor its content. You are the timeless source, the supreme reality. Trust that, Nisargadatta. The discovery of the real self is a profound spiritual exploration. The realization of who we are is a timeless experience that eventually becomes the death of our ego and the beginning of real freedom. Now, ironically, it is our deepest innermost battle for freedom, our resistance to total surrender, that perpetuates the ego. When we stop fighting, we begin clearly seeing. The truth is revealed when there is no more need to push, pull, prove, or fight for anything. And when we stop the struggle against what is, the ego's clouded existence drops and something greater enlightens our way. As long as we continue to pursue this life thinking we are only a separate being, limited in power, love, abundance, and self-expression, we will get attached to goals thinking they will make us happy. Be very careful not to think that these limited ideas have anything to do with who you are. The concepts of ownership, my life, my body, my thoughts, my stuff, my reality, and my mind are the only thing perpetuating our human experiences of suffering. Drop these ideas and see what is left. Nothing is actually yours, and everything is yours when you realize your real self. There is no more need for the feeling of possession when you see that we are infinite spiritual beings already intimately connected to everything. Why would we need to attain something when we already feel connected with it? Desires only form out of separation. And when we sit and meditate on who we are, looking deep within, inside ourselves, eventually the mind will become quiet. When this occurs, we experience the truth that we are eternal beings, filled with a great love, magic, and lightness. By knowing this inside, we naturally start living it. We really don't have to be afraid of letting go and trusting our real self. The one source will move us, guide us, shape our minds to reconnect with the hearts and souls of everyone. Living from this space, we finally reach a sense of peace with everything in our lives. Every day, we wake up and begin practicing being as vast and unlimited as this great infinite universe we are surrounded by. By playing an active role in this life, living out this realization in the sea of people around you, then something dawns on you that you are truly free. When you see the world clearly, that everything is an expression of you, the real self, you stop hearing what you do not care to hear. You stop seeing what you do not care to see. And you stop feeling what you do not care to feel. Your mind is only fixated on the brilliant diamond of consciousness that it's found. You realize that the world is your mirror. Everyone is always reflecting back to you who you are. If you see an unhappy being, that being is inside you. When you're truly enlightened, the experience of the divine awakening being begins showing up in everyone in the most interesting ways. You are in an ever-flowing river of gratitude all day long. So become courageous on this path. Take the risk to meditate and quiet your mind all day long. Soon you'll come to know that what it means to be self-realized. Remember to love yourself, worship yourself, pray to yourself, devote your life to yourself, find joy in yourself, because God dwells in you as you. Robert Adams. Take about 15 minutes to do this exercise. Hold an intention to move down out of your head and relax into your heart. Your head will be sneaky, try to take over many, many, many times. Yet just bring your energy into your heart space. Imagine your heart is your favorite flower, opening its petals up to the great sun. Feel the light entering your heart. It is melting any walls you have inside around feeling loved. Now pick one being in your past who you are not 100% at peace with. Let these warm walls around your heart melt away and merge of this being also. Feel the sunlight is also inside their heart. Let go of whatever the mind judges about them. The goal is to be 100% at peace with this being for the rest of your life. And when you can do this successfully with one being, then you can do it with everyone from your past. Take this on as an invitation to be at peace with everyone on this planet, in the past and the future. Practice this and imagine how that will be. Healing simply happens when we are deeply authentic and real with ourselves. And when we stop repressing the truth of who we are and are open with how we are honestly feeling, our real self receives full permission to come out of hiding. Then it's easy to see the truth. We can easily stop being so invested in the opinions of others. We can no longer hesitate, recoil, and retreat in fear of another's disapproval. It's your choice. If you are ever free from the judger inside you, who is not okay with others as they are, and you as you are, there exists a deeper, mature part which can accept everything inside you. You can stop trying to pretend that you are more adult-like than how you really feel inside. Merging is from the highest path a being can take. Moving into your most enlightened self comes from seeing that everyone is you in disguise. It's up to you to remember who you truly are. And with enough meditation practice, there comes this realization that you are in me and I am in you. The divine real self that we all are is impossible not to see. You realize it is everywhere and has no actual boundaries. It is not terrified of intimacy with anyone. It loves letting go, shape-shifting and merging with everyone in this universe. It knows that if you cannot see God in all, you cannot see God at all. Now, I have faith that you can find your real self from reading this as I share with you. Listen to it and let it reverberate. And eventually, the gold will sink in. And you'll naturally dive deeper within yourself and liberate yourself from the controlling, separating ego mind. Be gentle with your exploration. Be compassionate with what you find. This life is the deepest mystery. And the more we can uncover who we are, the more we see that we have just scratched the surface, and there is so much more there is to be revealed. In the midst of the winter, I found there was within me an invincible summer. Albert Camus. To join you in meditation, I'll return to close us out. take an easy and slow breath in through the nose, and an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain relaxed into your body, still as a statue, focused on your breath rising and falling. Whenever you find yourself in a slow, tired, or full state of energy, imagine a bright golden light is coming from every vertebrae in your spine. It is sending light out in every direction. It blasts straight up into the sky, into the earth below you, and in all four directions, totally surrounding you. Visualize this golden light as the source of love. Let yourself feel, believe, and know, I am the source of love. It is known that we emit light from these bodies. When the body ceases, the light ceases. Why is that? The reason is because the God has left the body. The God is the light. The body is not the light. The God is the light. And the light shines through the body. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night and following morning. We will return here Monday, June 9, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude at all times, no matter what's going on within you or outside of you. Open your heart and allow the magic to flow in.